I love thrift shopping. I've been thrift shopping since I was 16 years old. I considered it a hobby for a while. I loved treasure hunting, but there are just so many things about the industry that upsets me that I don't think I'm gonna continue thrift shopping anymore. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to it if this is the first time you're seeing my face. Thank you for clicking on it. My name is Jacy and I like to do story times and chit chats on this channel. And today we are going to be chit chatting about why I've decided to stop thrift shopping. Now, if you have been following my channel for a while, or if you just know me as a person, you will know that I am an avid thrift shopper. I have been thrift shopping since I was 16, to the point that I was in the school newspaper for my love for thrift shopping. Well, that wasn't the main point of the article, but that's just my credo to show that I've been doing it for a very long time. And it was actually kind of my hobby for a long time. When I first moved out to Los Angeles, I had this apartment that all of a sudden I needed to furnish. And I considered it a challenge and a treasure hunt to go out to all the Goodwills in the city and try to find as many furniture and decor pieces as I could. And along the way, pick up some cute little outfits and some fun other things. And it really was a hobby for a while. However, a lot of my feelings have changed since then, so I wanted to discuss it with you guys and kind of go over why I personally will no longer be thrift shopping. So if you're interested in this topic, or if you like hanging out with me, make sure to like this video and subscribe so you can join us for future chit chats and discussions, because I love talking to you guys in the comments about your thoughts on some of these issues. And if you also like me a little bit more personally and you missed my announcement video, I did launch a vlog channel. So I'll leave that linked down below if you want to follow some of my more day-to-day goings on in Los Angeles, as well as me getting a little bit more personal on there. So make sure to go follow along there. But with that being said, let's get started on some of the reasons why I will no longer be thrifting. So a couple of disclaimers before I get started is this is for me personally. I still love thrift shopping and I still encourage everybody to go thrift shopping. But everything that I'm mentioning are all personal reasons why I no longer feel the need to go thrift shopping. But if that's your thing and that's something you enjoy, absolutely keep doing it. And if it's something you've never tried, I still encourage you guys to go thrift shopping, to go see what you can find secondhand, not only to save money, but it is a more sustainable option and it's fun. I've always said it's like a treasure hunt and it's something that I've always really enjoyed. So don't think that I'm saying nobody should thrift shop anymore, it's so bad kind of thing. That's not the point of this video. The other disclaimer that I'd like to make, so I don't have to mention it every single time, is I only shop at Goodwill. And I think that's because ever since I got my first job as a 16-year-old hostess at a 50s diner and I had a little bit of money to spend, I would always go to the local Goodwill. It was kind of my only local thrift store, and it was kind of the easiest process that I could understand. You know, they have colored tags where some colors are 15% off, some colors are 50% off, and then on Thursdays, certain colors are $1. So it's just kind of the system that I learned and I was comfortable with and I really enjoyed. When I moved out to LA, I went to some other thrift stores where they didn't have price tags and you had to barter, and it was like, I'll give you 40 bucks for that. And they're like, nope, 50. And it'd be like, all right, 45. And they'd be like, deal. I hate those. I don't like bartering. I don't like negotiating, not my kind of thing. So I always really like just the Goodwill system and how the price on the tag is what you pay. So this does not go for like all the other thrift stores, especially those other ones where it's like Plato's Closet or Buffalo Exchange, where you can turn in clothes for money and then conversely you can buy the clothes from there. I just haven't explored a lot of those places because again, it was a little bit out of my comfort zone. So if that makes me sound like some thrifting novice and not some professional who should be doing a whole video about why I stopped thrifting, then so be it. But I just wanted to mention that everything I'll be talking about is Goodwill specifically. So many disclaimers, so much intros. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Reason number one why I will no longer be thrift shopping is that, I had to look at my notes. Dang it, I should have had that ready to go. Reason number one is that Goodwill has gotten a little entitled and has been price gouging the crap out of their free products. Now, I take issue with this because thrift shopping should be kind of an attainable option for people who can't necessarily afford to buy things brand new. But Goodwill gets all of their inventory for free. Everything that they put out on the store floors is free. It is donated. So I just don't understand where they got the audacity to start charging hundreds of dollars for some of their used and free products to them. There are TikToks galore that I see all of the time where there'll be a bike on the floor for sale for like $200. A used rusty beach cruiser for $200. I could buy a brand new one for $150, and you're trying to make that big of a profit off of one product? How dare you? And there was a big trend where people were thrift flipping furniture, where they'd go in and be like, oh my gosh, look at this dresser for $10. Let me go fix it up at home, you know, add a little bit of paint, a little bit of spackle, bada bing, bada boom. Now I can resell it on Facebook for $200. I don't know if Goodwill got offended by that, but some of their furniture now is like $80. A dresser. I saw a dresser for $80, and it was not worth $80. It was like, had stickers all over it. They were like hanging off the hinges. It was not at all worth $80, but Goodwill just gets the audacity of, well, if somebody's gonna pay $80 for this on Facebook Marketplace, we might as well take the profit. It's free inventory. Why are you guys being so selfish? Like, don't be rude. That should go to somebody who just needs a dresser, not because you guys want to make more money. Speaking from personal experience, my favorite thrift find ever. I'm actually gonna grab it so you guys can believe me. Hang on. Can you see it? So this is my big ass fake plant that I love. I saw this. I mean, you guys can tell how huge it is. Let me back up. So I saw this bad boy in the thrift store and I was like, oh, I need to have that. And I've had it for 2 years, and I've kept the Goodwill sticker on it because it was such a good price. This huge plant was only $8, and red was the color of the week, so it was 15% off. I don't know, you guys do the math. We're gonna leave him right here so he can participate. But that was $8, a little less than $8. I went into Goodwill recently and I saw another very similar plant, like a fake plant like this, a big old tree sort of thing. And I was like, ooh, I want that one. Let's see how much it is. It was $45 for a donated fake plant. Goodwill was trying to charge upwards of $50 for this fake plant. I could go to TJ Maxx today and get a brand new one in a beautiful pot for less than that. And they're trying to make this big of a profit. It's just getting ridiculous how much Goodwill is price gouging and really trying to turn a profit instead of helping their community and offering these free inventory items for a discounted price so people can actually have a better way of living and more decor. And I don't know, it's just really frustrating how selfish they're being. Reason number 2, I will no longer be shopping at Goodwill, is it is just becoming overrun with fast fashion and very low quality donated products. Now, this isn't Goodwill's fault specifically. I think it's definitely the industry of fast fashion in general, where people are doing these huge, giant $300 Shein hauls, wearing things once or twice, realizing it either falls apart or that they didn't really like it in the first place, and then donating it because that makes them feel better than just throwing it away. The issue that I have is that Shein, I'll just use Shein as the overriding example, is very low quality pieces. Now, no shame to anybody who shops at Shein. They have a very good range of sizes and a lot of different designs, and it is very accessible for people who can't afford to shop at higher end type of stores. The problem is that when things get donated to Shein, Goodwill, in their little price gougey phase, because they're being little buttheads about it, they will mark these Shein shirts for more expensive than what the retail price of that Shein shirt is. Now, I had a reel do pretty well here on my YouTube where I was venting about how everything in Goodwill is all Shein. I pointed at these Shein boots and I was like, look, these are Shein boots. Like, I don't wanna buy these secondhand. I know these are cheap quality. Look at all these Shein shirts. They're gonna be unraveling by the threads by the second because they're just so low quality. Then I hop in my car to do a little haul and I go, look how cute this shirt is. Dang it, it's Shein. And the issue with that is that I looked up how much that Shein shirt cost brand new on their website. On their website, it would have been $10. The Shein shirt that I bought from Goodwill was like $8. And I just thought, I'm buying this secondhand, but I might as well have just bought it brand new and had it as my own because I'm really not even saving that much money here. So all of the fast fashion that's coming in through these thrift stores, it just doesn't even feel like I'm getting that bang of a buck or that I'm saving that much money. And it makes me want to just go shop on Shein and support that awful company instead of being more sustainable and buying things secondhand. So I just don't like that all of their clothing especially is just becoming overrun with these fast fashion brands that are low quality and that I could just get brand new directly from their site. And I don't want to support that. Ay, ay, ay. It's muy caliente in my apartment. Maybe I'm just getting too heated. Is this turning into a rant? My goodness. Reason number 3 why I will no longer be shopping at Goodwill is they made probably one of the smartest business decisions they could have ever made in terms of profits. But from a customer standpoint, it was the most self-serving, greedy thing these numbskull scoundrels could possibly do. And that was they closed their dressing rooms during COVID and never opened them back up. Now, let me explain why this is so rude. One, during COVID, it made sense, I think everywhere they closed their fitting rooms, you know? Germs, bacteria, contagions. We don't want that on our clothes. So they closed their fitting room so nobody could try it on. So you had to take it home and try it on and go, oh shoot, this doesn't fit. Now that's the tricky thing with thrifting is that it's not really organized by size. You really have to find things that are your size. But because it's a one-of-a-kind piece in this entire store, it's not like racks on racks on racks of this shirt. It's a one-of-a-kind shirt. So you feel inclined to take it home and just hope that it fits and be like, oh, it says it's a medium, but it looks a little small, but I really hope it's gonna fit because it's one of a kind and I really want these kitty cats with Santa hats on this vest. Please fit, please fit. But you don't know that because you don't get to try it on. So once you take it home, realize, dang, this is just too small, it's not gonna fit. You go try to return it, you don't get your money back. Thrift stores do not give you a refund. They give you store credit, but only if you return it in 15 days, or they'll give you some type of percentage off sort of thing. So now in the times where, you know, the virus isn't as bad and other stores are opening up their fitting rooms, Goodwill decided to keep theirs closed because they realized how much more money they were making because people couldn't try on the clothes and then they really couldn't even get a refund when they tried to return it. So they were just stuck with it. This is probably the biggest thing of why I started hoarding clothes during the pandemic was because I would go thrift shopping, I would find those cute one-of-a-kind pieces, and then when I brought it home and it didn't fit, I knew I couldn't get a refund, so I just held on to it for a year, thinking maybe I'll lose 20 pounds and fit into this, or hey, maybe I can DIY this and cut off the pants and make them into cute Bermuda shorts and that'll work somehow, and it didn't. So there it sat in my closet, to where I just ended up redonating it back to Goodwill a year later because that was more time efficient than going and trying to get some type of store credit. I know it's a little bit backwards thinking, but it was absolutely ridiculous how I couldn't even get a refund despite not even be able to try on these secondhand clothes in the fitting rooms of this store. So very smart business decision, Goodwill, but screw you, you dickheads, because that is so rude. At least let us get a refund. Like, even if it's only like 5 days to return it, give us a refund, you know? Just rude. Reason number 4 why I will no longer be shopping at Goodwill is easily the most important and main reason for this video, but also the most personal reason. And that is that I've come to terms with the fact that I have absolutely everything that I need. I have fully furnished my apartment. I have all of the decor pieces and knickknacks on my shelves and on the walls that I could possibly imagine. That if I go shopping anymore, it's to replace things that I already have, and I don't really need to do that. Similarly with clothing, I had a really good talk with myself where I said, Jacy, you have all the clothes that you need. You just don't know how to style them. And I've complained about this for years on this channel that I don't know what my personal style is. I don't know how to accessorize. I really don't know how to put an outfit together. So when I go to Goodwill and I see a super loud and fun shirt, to me that's easy to buy because it's like, oh, that's already the outfit. I don't need to worry about styling it. But I have been focusing more on creating a capsule wardrobe and creating pieces that can fit across multiple outfits to where I don't need to keep adding and adding and adding all these kooky pieces to my wardrobe because I can just focus on the simplistic basics and work around that. So I went out and I bought a couple of plain bodysuits, a couple of plain pairs of jeans, shoes, things all within the same color palette, but different silhouettes where it's like, okay, I can now just focus on these and put an outfit together mix and matching all these different pieces, that's really all of the wardrobe that I need. Now again, this is super, super personal because I follow a lot of thrifters on TikTok who are the most fashionable, stylish, cool people I've ever seen. And I have just never been one of those people. They will go and buy the ugliest, like granny looking dress, tailor it up, sew it up, and make it a cute little mini skirt to go out to town on that night. And I'm like, dang, I wish I could do that. But no, I have always loved thrifting because it's the thrill of finding something for cheap, but I just kept bringing things home and not wearing it. And then like I mentioned, I just donate it back a year later. So a big thing that I also realized is that I think I have somewhat of a shopping addiction. I think that I used shopping to kind of get that retail therapy, to get that rush of serotonin and dopamine and what other chemical reaction of happiness happens in my brain when I go thrift shopping, to where it was more about the shopping experience and feeling like I found a little piece of treasure than actually using that piece in my life and getting use out of it. So I'm just kind of sick of going thrift shopping, finding a cute shirt, getting that little rush of adrenaline, and then never wearing it, and then never knowing how to style it, and then donating it back a year later. I am done with that. So for me, I will no longer be thrift shopping because I just don't need anything else. I am not creative enough to find cool new pieces and style them in cool ways, and I think that I don't need to go treasure hunting anymore. Now, as just a little epilogue, I'd like to point out that I also kind of realized that I think I'll always have this weird shopping addiction, and I'll always kind of seek retail therapy for comfort. Now, I think that's one of the reasons I started thrift shopping in the first place, was because I had this inherent need to get some type of adrenaline from shopping. So if I just go to Goodwill, I'll only spend $5 on a shirt instead of $25 on a shirt at Target, so I'm saving money. The problem is that I would just keep doing that so often that I wasn't saving money because I just kept buying things and never wearing them, and it was more wasteful. And a huge part of thrift shopping for me is, I think in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's sustainable. I'm buying things secondhand. I'm not really adding to all of these fast fashion companies' profits. You know, it's good for the environment. But you guys, I was hoarding so many clothes because they were just so cheap that I was still part of the problem. I was still over consuming and doing all of these crazy thrift hauls and not actually helping the environment and still not even wearing the clothes. So it's just kind of a little epilogue. I recently got talked into renting my clothes. So my sister has been renting her clothes for years. One, because she lives in a tiny New York apartment and she just can't afford to get new coats all the time and get new outfits. But she is very active on social media, so she does want new outfits to show. And it's a lot more ethical than buying clothes, taking photos in them and returning them, which I know a lot of people do. So she convinced me to start renting my clothes. So this shirt is actually rented, and I think I'm going to give it a try for a few months and probably do like a 3-month review of renting my clothes, because I am really liking the idea so far. I'm really liking the idea of getting that little itch of retail therapy to where I'm renting 6 items a month for only $60 a month, which is how much I was spending buying clothes. And yes, while I don't get to keep them, I get to experiment a little bit more with my personal fashion and get some kookier items that I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing all the time, get a few pics out of them, go on vacation, or get dresses to wear to weddings that I'm only gonna wear one time, and then return them and start over the next month. So I'm really excited. I think it's a very sustainable option, and I think if it's something that I can afford and something I'm excited to do to still scratch that retail therapy itch, I'm gonna give it a go. So let me know if you'd be interested in seeing my 3-month review of renting my clothes, because I think it's kind of interesting. But that's gonna be it for this video of why I've stopped thrift shopping. I think towards the end there, I got a little ranty and a little off base. I should have formulated my notes a little bit more, but I just kind of wanted to start this discussion and wanted to hear from you guys in terms of if you still thrift, if it's something that you more so do out of necessity, or if you find excitement and a hobby out of it in terms of getting those cool little fashion pieces and turning it into a cool style piece in your wardrobe. So let me know your thoughts. But with that being said, I thank you guys so much for watching my channel, for watching this video, for hanging out with me and my $8 plant that I love so much. Ooh. She's dusty. And I'll see you in the next one. Toodles! Oh, it feels like my eyelash has been flapping in the wind this whole time, and I'm sweaty, and I feel like my hair isn't big enough. Will you guys let me know if my eyelash is falling off? What a dumb thing to say. As if I don't edit this days in advance and then post it, and you comment, your eyelash is falling off. Can't fix it now. I think one time I made a video and I was like, oh, I think my eyelash is falling off. I'll just fix it in post. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know what that means. Just fix it now, Jacy. There we go. All right. Where was I?